of Makers Ministerial College. Ebedi nkomoni nyina fa Yesu Kristo. Owu wa asenu no so de bi so wangu, ebi nso so wowi emu nkomoni na ebedi.
Enti satia no ya na wasenso aka ena nwumre no so pepepe. Ghana Black Stars eyebo bokukudi no ejina kono Baba Sports Stadium. Wonum any Central African Republic enti kase no duanan pepepe no nsia pounds ma duanan no na yetu apaso so na ya kontina no jasu tatao. Yeko Emmanuel Odo Korea na asem dom ni nyina tetire ana yede eba abesomo Wofa Atta frimpon ni meeting menu abia
Maame efia nyako papa bi
ensam ni kire musi esitia yanko amane so taw na yaman bofo na nansa ene fifiri mantem de oboy amane no obo no modern pa na yabo na baso na nansa kire mu ni amane boy ya wode mayai abayu abi o woni frinchia aduonu ko animu ana sabra ye kasa ikire sabra wosempa ukoko piem finfini mantamu a yesi afra bia bi Adam nana awutu senya po ye kropa be de kire potam ho jese sa potam wonum ne nsanse ma ekokoso de ne enyan abayu yeso otwempena na empena no wosu obia be ni sutire se ne empena no de oba afofra akose dem ana ni okoye nti na adanse kantwitwa ne sika wo wone ne empena ne ntem na wono oba no awuo no ne empena no kon jese we twa ma na tom se ehu ama jese amna aba beda ne empena ne kon achi nya agro ne empena so ji sika de awo no ma emu nsem bebre yo ane mo amuhwe TV no o yese sika atua ne bo sika mo ano ne empena no ade atua ne bumu a obanda ho no opu mo jaba ye fefefefe kama chese Facebook de pa chobra Promise Radio over Promise Radio wenya bia hwe na na say ina mianim no kuranie abaya ipa sabe se enye firi no afiri mu aka se etwa ne ma na ma yentie o
Have it also, let me see what let me check here for any out of 4 the wood and washing or you're playing also. Then from up here, I work as well. I would say it's Finimantumu. If you work as well, more fire, no more Adam than us. Then you know, because you are fire, they didn't cry why as some enemy no. So I'm not going to tell you. I buy one. I know, I can say, our university, level 2 and the new university, or ye and in Kantima. That's what Adam Nana, and can't tell when today, Adam Nana. It's about one rest school. While I saw one monarch, I said, what Jenica call on my ocean in share, 20, 30, or between 20 and 25. I want to get by with ocean in share. I had my saying, and that check the anything I say. I buy when young could be, no, or change the one more. No, far by one fondo, I buy almost go for the vacancy. Blue now we and now can't me now say waka for the CB abeshe there I bike share no na more than my rent I got the CB by mission one more I didn't know bra now would be a good account in the papa it's bra now by one friend can't show on yashi and so far too boom one time to the mark of you the team one more I'm not putting straight a bullet them one more a more and countryman so I do say they are solid as it would be a down not down home. All partner and countryman be seen this kind. We can about one man quenchy. So, no, Bama de Mujasin, a 10 and issue 2, and a second on Nana Sasa will be sell or what be sending for Sunoko. Now, come on, the baby, I can sometimes be silly. I also know our is there. I can hold some other bunch of the same friend. Yes, I have 20-25 crowns. Look, I said, we turn it up. I knew so upon our own this young woman. What I know, I want zero. What I confirm, and the uncle be teaching. They are in country and I'm not up to the devil for. I just said them. Madam Soccer to put out one, the uncle, you can't tell the Quanchino. And I'm sure the country to the second how one. What shall you do the banner? When the second is minimum after so popular. And also, look, I say about why I go find you. I saw to an animal or a zero. You go concern, I'm right when we are young. I check it. I could walk on I was saying, memoir.
Yeah, Nana, my Yanni Camisao. Obani de oda we nim so awu wi ansa no do na Berman no da so te ase because ne kwanti no
before to be one now copy mu our sabia one cry you have to no come why sabia one cry inside sabia ka 7 and kulebu actually kulebu na chete na ntia so na copy mu one ma just am bu so am e so na and what na approach for
the ntia mi bisa sa the ntia mi bisa sa no ye hwe be ma no oba no se de esi atwa ne kon na chi te say we kura so ubudua utwa ha no atwa ha no ayi mfifi na tokro dem hu no ana mi ebisa se be ma oda so tiase besi sa abre ka se
na ndia kwa atase mo
nya ne tiase papa na
wu na kwa efi na me no ka se ya doctor for anya kwa no wa o tun ka ko pele se wadu o mu jansi anen
na yesu oba no a university student ampa
abanu ya ko in sense ka in abanu university ola mu tu no man che university kwa abanu no university na 200 the for one no dey what I will say ya abanu no university na mu tu no man che university mo nan ke te sa de ni fi na some if you know na nke be na do ma so wo fe tu ka e ko me ya wo fi ra ye wo bi a wo mo na di go mo so for say be ata nto tu mi ye be ye de go na so da bi a mo so mo tu mi en che chat ni ya mo franchise ye na se am no ke se ya che mi se ko ya do che se ba ka fi ra no na nke fi ra na che che se ma che se no ma tu mi abo bi asa na che mo tampa aba no university awe mo ke na so ayen fa na ni na kwa pro ni be ma no mo te mo no mo e ti ya chen se ba kan ni fi ra ni de go na so fa ye
na sa ma ya no ase na ye nya okwan nya mianim ne kura ni chese sebe kwa ma no ya pa pratwe tantan pratwe bone pratwe fu hwe wo ba fefef hwe wo ba ipa wo da ho na sebe ewurate wa kofa mpranfofo
be ma no pe wa ngo be fu achi akofa awu nti sese be ma nti no kwa sa wo de se kan kwa be ma so ka so be dama say wo life
na se be ma won kura nso nye ne papam na se tena odi wu asen kan hwe ni kon pa ni aye
ogino wu ne nkwankwan
afia ko anim
emo ya so ba ya ne da serie
performa aboso me nkoro ya wo mo Maame University level 200
Mema na de bi wa. Abusuafo ye to akase aba no so. Na ye free sensem yi mu ni awura mu. Ewo amanyosem bi mu. Ewo amanyosem DJ mo sesen. Amanyosem mu. Na de otu franka ama New Patriotic Party MPP amanyokuo. Eye Dr. Mahamadu Bawumi Alhaji. Wode nansa na ebo ntwa wa santemantam emu. Na enne Dr. Bawumi ansam ye wode ato nananom anim. Ene se wonu nya akwanya no ebe ye mampani a obere sa aban na nananom ntam nkita hodie na bekoso wano na atumi aboa ama amamu atumi akofo sanse tikuro enkwa agina na wokeka na no no se eya aman hene ani ahema afo no so obere se ye bepa futuo bi di ama omo a ombetim di aye omo ntotoye no omotim di aye mpumtudwuma enso wo omo mpatem.
The other area me pese ye no a good relationship between the government and the nananom, government and the chiefs. Nanam usha so far ye tikakra as far as our governance is concerned. Ye involve chiefs no enough in the governance of the country. Me pese Mr. Sano, because as it is right now, the chiefs are powerless in many areas. They can't even summon people omobebaho. We need to change. Amend Section 63D of the Chieftaincy Act to empower the chiefs to help government to govern this country. So we need to empower the chiefs to help government. And empowering the chiefs is not only to change the law, but to financially resource the chiefs. Financially resource the palaces, mo palaces ningina, muntimi nye juma ye pese mo yeno. And so NTN, the paramount chiefs are paid 1,000 cedis. Enkozi baby 1,000 cedis. It's not going anywhere. My manifesto team, we've looked at all of it. We are saying that we have to pay living allowances to the paramount chiefs, and not stop there, but to the divisional chiefs and the queen mothers, so that we can have a complete chieftaincy institution that is empowered to help government. So resources no ebeboa.
Alhaji Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia nene yete ya na nso hono ma wo se ensase sebu nyina ebe de begu abefo afidie kwantempon so na etimi aboa nananom nti manso ene waton sase mienu amobi a chire nsensem bebre ni nyina ogidi se digitalization no ebe ma ni nyina efiro.
They say you per se you codify the lines of succession for all chieftaincy lines of succession in Ghana. Disputes are ebano. It's because many people are being chieftains in Opera. They want to be chiefs. And we will empower the judicial councils of House of Chiefs. Now you codify lines of succession across all the chieftaincy institutions in Ghana. Will bring down the disputes. Land area is another major area problem. The area I want to focus on in the land area, minimum, we want to work together to do the digitalization of all land ownership and titling in Ghana, so that we do the mapping, so that we know mobile phones and know who owns this plot. Even if you are in Germany or America and someone wants to sell you the land, you need to know who owns it. If it's not clear, then you bring the multiple sales. And you land mapping and digitalize the land administration in Ghana. Now, ubiye to who say we asasi we na the owner.
And so hono ma wasache mu se wona nana no ma hemfo beka bo matoto ne ma yie na se yetu fom agudi ayetu no kwan so.
Nananom the other area uhwe galamsey a ekoso and the destruction of our water bodies and our environment we can only solve this if we involve the chiefs to help government. The gold and all of that the chiefs must have a stake in the exploitation of those resources. The district assemblies must have a stake. So I was just being told just a few days ago by someone who is very wise that let's look at giving the chiefs a stake, equity stake in a resource, whether it's a gold mine or whatever. When we find gold in your area, then you have a stake in it, an equity stake. The district assembly has an equity stake. Once you have an equity stake, you will not allow this land to be misused.
Sound so and was LGBTQ plus one baby a wojina e wo say be command be ya mretia ana ya nya mretia no eni.
Minim say nkasa bebre akoso as far as LGBTQ plus assembly me pese mo who say yempene so nchina yempene so LGBTQ is not part of our culture, is not part of our religion. We will not agree. And I will not agree as president. I want to make it very categorical on that matter.
Alhaji Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia no was one penny so that say LGBTQI plus the baby be a woman you must have mampany. Why are dear? You do 2 minutes, why vice president when you be being found answer.
Na my brother John Mama saying go Boama Mufino, wine, Nalum war, Montu Abano Famano, Montubono John Mama. Na ba obano Ghana opeso such remu eba wasi bronsi o change narrative said the city and wasi anu so betimi ayo no kwantimi nye woni Ghana fo ye tie communal labor adwuma no ofrese e mra men ye ne sen edi ntro ye ekoso wa wuntro udin fa kwanya tro udin wonsu a ebia ba bia auto abese wafuru akotera ba bitenten no anse tie transfer of vote ekoso ye wo dia se be ye beduro no mu a communal labor no ye nyine be bi obi a benya kwanya na ya to aba no de ama no mampenda da John Mama na afei na nsuade hunu papa ya wode ba ebinum te se nkokoma nketenkete ene National Drivers Day nom ene fuse na didi asana nom zu bedidi nyina no wontimi mra meye
to welcome you back to my regular John Mahama live sessions. These live digital sessions will be part of a series of interactions I have christened the Mahama Conversations. It will be a platform to engage with Ghana's vibrant and dynamic.
We have only 5 more days to go for this exercise, and I urge every one of you eligible to participate in the ongoing exercise to do so before the deadline of Friday the 14th June 2024. This election is like no other in the history of Ghana. It is an election between Ghana and the new Patriotic Party administration. It is an election for change, to reset Ghana's narrative and effect a course correction from our disastrous trajectory. This change is ordained by God to relieve our people from the hardship and poverty that has been inflicted by President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia's reckless administration. That change will put Ghana back on a path of progress and prosperity, and it has to build the Ghana we want and create well-paying jobs for the young people of this country through the 24-hour economy initiative and many other novel policies to be outlawed in the NDC manifesto soon. Exercise your franchise by voting for me, John Mahama, on 7th December this year, and for the NDC parliamentary candidates in your constituency. As a selfless, truthful, experienced, and visionary leader, I need your votes to reset Ghana. And I assure you that I'll work with you to build a country of shared growth and prosperity.
My brother, John Mahama, Timothy, you was one and Nyarko. He has been ordained by God. Nti Nyarko and say nipa manum bejina tum. Na
yeah, that's why our National Democratic Congress, NDC, Amanyokuo no emu na mpanimfo kyerɛ mu a 10th June, yeah, no, and that be same fear the Assam yenu achi. And omote NDC Amanyokuo nti no ma hye ho fa pa, 32nd anniversary. E won kran omo party headquarters wa Adabraka. Na nya agro NDC flag no, and omo bia mu kese pa ehim ye. E de hye animonyam se Amanyokuo no aba asetena. Na General Secretary na Treasurer for Pennyman this Amanyokuo ni fifi avikwete. E na wo che se obi bia wo ka chini ye ho. Na wo ka NDC ho no e party papa e na wowom. Enti chini ye na se na enyu ni bi entowo. So mo nso chini ye ni mu na mo mfa ntu ana mo na chini ye na be se o man Ghana ama Ghana etimi akwa nanim. Obesre e so obi a mo nto asa de be ye na NDC be di 2 million free MPP nsem.
We have a responsibility not just to win power, but we have even a bigger responsibility to be able to govern in a way that will not just deliver the aspiration of our people, but also set a tone so that hopefully our friends on the other side will learn how to love the country more, will learn how to have principles and policies that really can bring about the transformation that this country deserves. I want to emphasize the need for us to remember the key pillars of our political party. We call it unity, we call it stability, we call it development. Underneath all of that is a need for us to appreciate that just as we sing in our revolutionary song, cadence may go, cadence may come, but the revolution has come to stay. I look forward to the day where every single one of us can simply have genuine deep love for this wonderful book. Love that transcends individual. It used to be the case that it was all about party. These days, unfortunately, it's becoming too much about India.
Well, yeah, fifi avikwete, Treasurer for Pennyman. Emma NDC Amanyokuo na nsa so wa say, ya na ahomete pare ho say, Amanyokuo enya mfie di asam yenu. Omo nhyɛ da ne agapade bi asa we ye NDC Amanyokuo ne de no ano party kwatasi. Nti sa 2024 elections omo timi di nkunim a, omo he so omo benya agapade e de aboa party no.
Is that so many things that we should have done over the last 32 years that we've not been able to do properly? Like, for instance, being a party that is thinking about how to build lasting and enduring assets for ourselves. We need to do so. This building that we sit in here today is one of those few assets that this party has been able to put together. For a party that has been here for 32 years, we should have far more than that. And in order to achieve that, it simply means when opportunity comes our way, come December 7th, our number one priority should be how can we ensure that this party becomes a stronger party, an endowed party. What we saw in the recent past, where as soon as government was formed, party was relegated, must never happen again. It's an abomination that must never happen again. This party must be number one. And you can't occupy a position without the say of the party. So for people who think that they are lobbying individuals and thinking the party is going to be set aside, that will not happen.
Any ayati fifi avikwete was General Secretary Emma National Democratic Congress.
Via Mamia Mabosum na Sabe, Amanyofo mu nye wo madwen sesebe ya nwene kwachiri. Na asemo kan sisi ai party no celebrate mu se hwan yes you say na say mo ba mo be build asset for yourselves na mutu opposition for party no mutu opposition no mo amfa musika eje so ma ni sika na mo de ba o de ma men komanim ye nko yanim na ja o ya den ya MPP amanyoku ka so ni ekoso mfimfiri mantama utu senya po ya bato mbesu anso no ya seka wo ye ekoso ma me visa wa kumsen ne babema obi wo ne seka ni ade no MPP amanyoku mfimfiri mantam wonu afranjo ensantrofo ahia mu aka setia na Richard Techi Mensa ya wa ye chochorofo ma NPP amanyoku ewo mfimfiri mantam anu wajira amanyoku no anam de nsema atodwa no chirim se ni esi ye no bosumi da na etoso minu 2nd June no ntwa yie kura ni kwan se esie se di ntwro eho kwa na ye won se kan wosi ntwa yie na nya ne kwan so omusira police force adaro man hwemu brane enkwa nkonkosi ase na afi ni emra no ese no yanka enkyere ni pakura e wose emra no e kan bibi e de kyere no
na ko yo be ye NDC parliamentary 2020 pe ino ye ne pro wi emma enne de bia betina kaso abato yipa probe onu no waja tu no o bene tutu asama onu ogina ho ma NDC we wutu senya east onyene nkofo wogbo eye center ho na yehu mobile emma okwo abrante sekan no yin kin adewu na oyaza MPP amanyeku na fimantonfu ina ya condemn in no uncertain terms na mo yin je there assembly see no so police fu enyim the police fu why jishim emma was in rented ekejina court emma woridi hu asam be be sra police fu ina ye wo arreshem wo Dr. Akufudan Pare led police service in there obeze echim no ahwe there peperiye wa ye adwuma
ayo na piafo ma NPP ewon finfini mantem Charlotte Adwantwi the onso the source we ntie
obi kure mu sa na akoyo no exist waro ma politics mu da bai ana na akoyo no so ye Indomie girl obi edibi anya ho ne yaka we are talking about idea di kunfio ni ye ti ebeba na bu sa mo say idea si ye warranty so what's here to me this kind e wo obi anya nyame adom akasa me enipa na chere ne nkwa it doesn't glorify that obi edi life mu and what me maame ha wa kunsu o ya duane a obi akokodi mi so we ya ni sini we ya PPP ni movement for bra kokodi bi enti dia be nkwa na beba a wasa na akoyo ni esi edutumi plan nkwa Madanya hwe ni say this is your track record e ye moja hwe but ya MPP ya so be nyina access we are leading in central region and it's here for MPP basa akra bia ho abede ebetikam yes the youth ni say mama pani bi nyusumo evange ni bibia e wose onu fi say onu onyanti
yo enti na era Charlotte Adwa entry 50 man MPP amanyoku ema piafo eno no
ya twaso na na dodan kwa kufa do Ghana mampani wakokasa e wo bra no mo ebie dwumadie bia no wo law house ya eno e won kran e ho no wode atodwa no wo kyeremu se John Dramani Mahama ya wotu fan kama NDC amanyoko ne nsam ya wokeka fa no ho akyese won de watage no kra so ye clearing agent no wo so won we nya ni hu bia nya ni hu ebia hu eno se ni dwuma ye ni anasa na point ya bone ontumi nka ne mom na de ne se wo hwehwe mu enhuri emfa ho so bo mo ne pa wuntimi nyina so preko pese nipa na ye bibi nti wono nya de obi beka ena bema de wo ye anasa na point obetietia nanim abra mra poten enche no ana bibi poten no nya nhumu hwehwe mu nsiase ehun se bibi asi ansa.
Minister for Finance, I'm sure we are all a member of Parliament for Karaga, by the former president and Minister for Communications and Digitalization and Member of Parliament for Abdul West as the clearing agent, because for him the Minister for Land without more is enough to merit condemnation of an accused public official, especially one of my administration. For my part, and let me state it again for the record, I will not set aside due process and the rules of natural justice on the altar of the fight against corruption.
And so on my was idea to just digitalization by an aboa ama play by proyeni katashe aswache.
The use of technology has been pivotal in our efforts to combat corruption. We have introduced digital platforms for public procurement processes, reducing human intervention and minimizing the opportunities for corrupt practices. These platforms have increased transparency, efficiency, and competitiveness in public procurement, ensuring that public resources are judicially used for the benefit of all Ghanaians.
Nana do dan kwa kufado asa cheche mu asa abrosan ye toaso edu ya asia kra no basement o maye ne parking ya bontam yenu wo law house ho no no e kire se MPP aban ani so ade hu so obeboa ama emra dwuma ana se judiciary no etimi akọ nanim no obetumi aye abo ma attorney general na afia so ya omo hwe atentene ne nsam so bra o ma bre e watena ye mu nyina nsese sa wo ha no efrio.
The importance of this building goes beyond its physical structure. It symbolizes our strong dedication to upholding the tenets of the rule of law, which is the bedrock of any thriving democracy. The rule of law ensures that no one is above the law. That is, the concept of equality before the law is respected. That justice is administered fairly and impartially, and that the rights and freedoms of every citizen are protected. It is the foundation upon which we build an equitable, free, and just society. Throughout my tenure as president, my administration has made considerable strides in strengthening the rule of law in Ghana.
Ghana mampani na dan kwa kufado ne nsam ode kwatu dwa bra wo ye som na law house omubia no no na odan nsam we nyina di.
Iegu so promise 102.7 FM ne promise television na ni atia ne se we so school Edin Frisia do so nti we so at 70 excellence awards so na eno no to wonsa ede frɛ owuraire hana kosa ya wono na ku a ye frɛ no kese automation limited wodano wo se ngumasua eni anase kosi bro baka se wo ye educationist na adwumadie no ase no okoye se nipa sonko mato mu safre no okasa eno wo se woni a eka bie wo ngumasua momoden na enei ensa anunwuma ngumasua na sensa anunwuma suku ahodo no yema asuafo no wonya akade ahodo ye betimi aboa ma aba mfaso de ama no mu wie suku ntetiaje no ba monten so a adwuma yo no ankwa ye den amfa ama wo no mo se ankran aban ani kudo obia obi obetimi ayede aboa ama mabunu a eko suku a ekoje nsa anwuma tetia no womba a omu nchiro mu wo so oba aban aba so pa frise aban no eba ye no we tivet enhyehya ahodo ya wode aba eboa ne kwan so a ne aka nse ne aka ye mfa nka ho
o say ye hwehwe new things a chese beboa school for no ama wo na say the bibi nyoma bebre wo ha wo mbetumi aya wɔn de ka wadesua ho a wɔn bɛtumi akɔ anim kama. You can almost get everything, you know. I found the science say, okay, one of the things I've learned, any skills development. When we say gone are the days, if you say one or more, that's what we call something like polytechnic. If you say one more year, it's a low thing, you know, they don't really give much attention to it. But as we be any may you find it's any talent. And the baby be so near obetumi handle.
Yo, na over krom kwankyerɛ for dan masuansɛm ano. Madam there is your pare bio. Ana wono nso wode ani onyankota adwumadi no akire bie kakra. Won so wode tu dwa futuo ya wode masuafo yentie.
Na ya said me director me da ofuri krom ano no. There was me hwe say teachers be yo mo adwuma. Teachers yo mo de na wofo no so ehwe. No mo so mo ya mo afemude na nkwala na nkasa so ejina mo so no mo so omo esua de sesia enche bebre e be hu se bi is for kwa control sesia mo so hwe ni nyina ejina new curriculum aye so it is awofo ani anko ho na teachers no so anhwe na nkwala no so ensua de na omo so onye omo anyam omo afemude a e be ba ne se nkwala no they will not be able to pass well.
We so MA Junior High School here the Fringe your son no church ni penny ya wada no headmistress ene Maame Prisla akohene mensa kakra ya onso di tudwa on de na efa oha hodo ya school no enamu yentie
challenges ne de sabe baby ai bi wono yenso ye wubi ya na ye kasa se ya ye bo papa bi FN architect bani royal basic results ona ye boni di I am a baby was school honoma, along quasi 3-unit classroom block at the chair. That's Ocean Crana, your population classroom blocks, no, you're saying here, baby, as I say, ongoing projects, view, MC, the government, and so AC, a dankaka, at the Amaye, yet are buying us, but you better say, you're saying here, baby, Sans and Quadana, at Dawson Park.
Yo, ain't na we so. Suku no wezo MAJHS pani ya wada no Maame Prisla akohene mensa ene na yeti yi yegusu a promise 102.7 FM ne promise television na yesum wanwumre no nsia kase emu na koya na bobo fom yi ayi a waka banku choba asore babna siama ana ajagoraja na adro no ade enimu no na wonu ode nsem bi tudwa ene wo kire se Yesu Kristo kura no enya no kura se de Kristofo kan se Yesu Kristo owu asenua ne so ene ade na yentie ajagoraja no ankasa no ase owia na afi yeni nkomo.
What about Christ do you know? What about Christ do I know? I know he came on earth. I know he walked on the face of the earth, but it is only the point where people say he died on the cross. Yeah, that is where I have a problem with.
He didn't die on the cross.
No, he didn't die on the cross. He got married to Mary Magdalene, had about 5 kids with her, and yes, he lived a normal life like a normal human being. Died at the age of 120 years.
What about Christ do you know?
What about Christ do I know? I know he came on earth. I know he walked on the face of the earth, but it is only the point where people say he died on the cross. Yeah, that is where I have a problem with.
He didn't die on the cross.
No, he didn't die on the cross. He got married to Mary Magdalene, had about 5 kids with her, and yes, he lived a normal life like a normal human being. Died at the age of 120 years.
Yenkodi nkomo ye Bishop Dr. Isaac Glory or your founder na ono anesa presiding governor dema Makers Ministerial College. Just ntitia bia titi nyame asofo ye ni nkonyo mi sanse aso dia jaguraje ekan nukure wumpa enesen baba krasa sumdwe kan wanwumre yi
asumdwe kan mon so na mo ho ye de
oba de adama ya ho ya pa baba na we de ani ayebo ye ajaguraje di kan tirimu dada wo tirimu se won de wonim se Kristo Yesu oba asase su se nipa benante asase ni se de nam ya na ba bia wono won ti ase ne ba bia Kristo fo ka se wo asenua nso nya sa na tie na Yesu kro ba yo ne Mary Magdalene kura ba be wo ma be num ani ade aja ye misa se ne papa no mo na mo atwa ya atoro ana asesen
na mention you promise radio any promise you I didn't share money na me pato oba me be na ma cheche mo chiro na me nse obi adati ase ye se ne be fi achiri mo aka no one Bishop Asia Makasa me pato ya atoro enya no kwe na bi mi anti ase bi mu se ono no se the whole Bible million no kore adenti ono no ma san de yen fa no se no kore ma me sha se free ya biblical account e chere say Jesus Christ who was in the so na me na nsa so no sorry mu musa no ma me se mpacho no Mary Magdalene no kwa ni tiri one Christopher ye da so ni di e wo bia ya so nko ye Christo wo ya wasa sorry ye ni da so it is obi na no ka say Christo Yesu amu was in the so a na say Christopher ye ni da so bia o into officer ye di e wo Nyankopon mu kofom aso to the make na say because officer will take Christ
Ethiopia
officer will take Christ so I mean say we na say yi only say small do be we are say but omo found that we no one sorry the Christ dey bona Sunday many woman sorry ye the Bible say ni ye na Christ for ye ni that so say ye won ko e be sorry it is say na we do say Christ yes to be a man say you as well who are because of that it would not bother say no dia but because of you say be sorry be me ye bother papa aba me to be boat na me chire me na ti ase Wofa Bible now, but then it said, I mean to me, but the Bosso. Open Matthew chapter 27, verse 32 to 44. And the Scabocra, yes, to far so here. Okay, Mark chapter 15, verse 21 to 24. Now, what person was here, the person is just here, historical background and so. Now, what's here? Only the Jewish Talmud, and I want to mention the Babylon Talmud. Yaka Talmud, as I said, as before, Yabakasem. Ukande Babylon Tamuda, a Kasapa, so a bench by who was sending you so, and your friend Yeshu, and I Yeshua. The pastor over the Jewish Tamuda, it also seems that there is one person here, pastor, very, very famous, a friend of the surface. He's able to say, two on one council, which is the pastor a bench by any friend Yeshu, I am born a friend. You will come here, Bishop Siama Bebe, or no better, say, yes, Christy, I'm going to send you.
Baba Ethiopia.
We need to make it automatic. You want to be there? No, the casa, some of the surface, and more coming in the corner. You want to know, come in the corner. Over the Talmud, the Talmud of the Yeshua. Okay, yeah, and also for the toilet of Yeshua. We see a bunch of the during the 4th or the 5th century. Any Pakon, you're born and send your money. If you don't what kind of money free. John the Baptist, Mary Magdalene, you know, you provide all the additional resources and additional information you're almost in the correct. You need to know what the stuff with you. I don't know about attacking the deputy to papa. And so now, Russia president the car said, Jesus Christ was a black man. Well, some of us have said a long time ago. 2 years ago, people said we are like that. What do we do? We never tried the way to me. I'm not sure I'm going to make some money. So I'm sure we're going to more year. I'm not so soon. You're the Christian. Because when you got so that you better so it yes Christ. We know sorry. So if you have any question, you can put in a man and watch them with you. I'm what you say.
Baba, what chanity akra sabe oba ya kan say benyansafo asem kan no ya na nya tintin bebre tiawa na enso obesibisi mu aya na ese tofu a ya ayo ama.
Ma meta be tituring kan wona ti ase.
Okay.
Resramo. For your time I research na check ya di money. Papa no tia to fabre no. You pass on the top. I think say BBC America the top there was a high prince be at the BBC in 1990 ya. Southern Jerusalem. Omu ko tu ye no mu ko hu ni say bones bi wo ho. Na bones na wo ho no mu check ye no. No omu say e bones a resemble obi e ya bana stadium. Fabre no mu chira na ye bera na. Yes, Christo you cool fabre na. So he went with the flesh and came in the spirit.
Okay, Baba.
So Obano be ma any further year. Me so to be ase. Then ya fa no one by one na chire mu. We bre no. E bre ma so wonya daje a. O to be ase ba me so to be ase na ma chire mu. Da ko ba ko we say Christopher. Yes, Christopher we. There's a lot of biblical accounts, historical accounts. Yes, Christopher be tana che we are sorry. And na sa so. And then Christopher read that small. Papa, you just Christian that's also who are the sorry. But I think could be about the black in Pedia.
Aye.
I'm not saying come over baby Pedia, the call baby, only having the come over baby, baby. I don't know what I'm saying, but because of the yes, you won't say the Pedia will be a papa policy. You're not papa. And what you call when that's what they say about Papa Muno, you begin with papa. So people should just keep their mouth shut and stop making that kind of noise.
Amen. Pa, won shira so papa panti yem fancy tiawa. Christopher de ane de adanse wo mu ne chiro kronkron. Wonzu de enu anso obeka no watra. Enti yem fancy we years of penny Bishop Dr. Isaac Glory ono ana were founder now say presiding governor de Makers Ministerial College ana here no eti nkomo nti wachira se sofa jagura jansam no ma obi antie ma obi akora nya daje emfa ma no na anya no kora se Yesu ba ba twempna ba wo ne Mary Magdalene wo num ne ho ahwan wanhu asenu so wose mo mfanto nchen kora
abusuafo ye kan fo basha ba electric cars de amamo ese electric cars ho ne manyina e free cables de ba socket switches adapters eniama ye keka so ani e maka ne atimi so bia na ye basha ba electric cars bra ne betobi ona hudro bia ceiling fan ba standing fan a wo pe bi brand bia ubenya bi e wo hanom kana kane ye bulb no ahodro ye wo chandelier corner light ceiling light gate light ni nyina e bia wo ha flower de ne steady lamp nyina ubenya bi na solar lamps nso e bi e wo ha na adwoda ekosi memene da kwesi adankwa na yemie uba ne ma no betimi abetu ope ma akọ nso abetimi abeto ye wadum oye TV na Promise FM abro sign mo Boshaba Plaza ye ben Wesley Methodist and Kumasi Central Prisons e na akọ Maame Nyarko for building ni mo PZ tabi wo ho PZ to abro san foforo no mo sie no ba bia ni new KJT na KJT Dubai eji nhwani mo no so ebi wo ho ye wo 0536 095 966 0536 095 966 eso na betro ne mani bia de kase bona ba wi ko wi an semu Jimmy Cliff eboa no Christabel upon dazi momi ebebo ye chidom DJ Mo na afi DJ Black so boy me di e de Maame afia Nyarko papa bi me ni menua bema
Wofa Atta frempo ado ase ama monitor ni hwe ye ko de se de mamo se afia Nyarko abo Blaster agesi no chese Ghana Blasters ne Central African Republic match na ekoso baba Sports Stadium 7 PM here you know na baba se so say dia nwum na church
ye be bomu jama
na afi Black be bomu jama pa